Tomorrow. Okay, so I haven't seen my brother in like 3 years.
Really?
Yeah, and he lives in Germany.
Yeah.
And he's like 12.
12. Okay.
And he lives in Germany because his stepdad was stationed up there.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like I got to see him this weekend, and he doesn't know that I'm coming.
Yeah.
And so we're going to Westport.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go boogie boarding. And we're gonna go, we're gonna like walk on the beach and all that, and it's gonna be super fun. We're gonna play like board games and all that.
Yeah.
And so he doesn't know that I'm coming, and I'm gonna see him today at the Cheesecake Factory.
Oh my gosh,
I'm
how excited!
so excited!
I'm excited for you. Oh my goodness!
I just wanna like get out of school and like jump to the Cheesecake Factory.
I know it's gonna go by slow, but it will get over, and then you'll be able to do that. Yeah. So what prompted that? Why is he back here? Or why is he here right now?
Oh, because it's just for the summer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he visiting like your mom or your stepdad or your
Okay,
dad?
so we're half brother and sisters.
Yeah.
So we have the same dad, different mom.
Mm-hmm.
And so his mom has been like totally nice to me. Yeah, she tells me stuff that she might not need to. But I feel like she's just really lonely in Germany because, she's American. And
Yeah.
I don't feel like she has that many friends because
It's different.
yeah, and you don't really want to be forced to be friends with somebody.
Yeah. No, that's true.
And so my mom and my sister made a whole big deal about this yesterday. She's paying for wetsuits.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's paying to rent a wetsuit and a boogie board, and we're getting mani-pedis on Friday, and so I'm totally cool with her. In the past, I was too young to know anything basically.
Yeah.
But apparently she had called me names and all that, but
yeah.
my mom thinks that no one changes and that you can't be changed.
Yeah,
and
you are who you are no matter what.
Yeah. And so my sister and my mom are having a big they're do not talk bad about anybody or anything because she's probably gonna come back and bite you in the butt.
Oh, I see.
And my sister starts ranting on about her with my mom, and I roll my eyes, and my sister sees me, and she's like, "You shouldn't be rolling your eyes right now." And I was gonna say something, but I didn't. My sister has kind of a troubled past, but she's really good now. She's in college and all that, and she I was gonna say everyone changes, and you of all people should know that. But I didn't because it was her birthday yesterday, and I didn't want to make her mad.
Yeah.
And she already was. And she's like, "We're trying to look out for you." But my mom has a very like I said, my family is dramatic.
Yeah.
So my mom is very over detailed about things. She overcompensates.
Gotcha.
And my brother's mom is taking me in. They're renting a beach house.
Yeah.
On Westport, my brother's mom is taking me in, and she's setting up this whole thing so that me and my brother can have a good time together.
Yeah.
And the last thing that I want to hear is that she's a bad person.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. She's really doing this for you guys and really taking time out of her life to give you guys this opportunity. So yeah, it can be really hard to hear negative things about her when all you see is what she's doing for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Renting a bodysuit is.
Yeah, it's not cheap. This stuff isn't cheap. What she's doing.
Yeah.
Sounds like.
Yeah, and she didn't have to get a mani-pedi with us. I didn't ask for that.
Yeah.
But she's doing it out of the niceness of her heart. I'm it's kind of hard to have someone do something very cool or important with you.
Yeah.
And all that you hear is bad things about her, and you're just well, if I do something, then I guess that's my fault. But
yeah, but for right now, I only see what I see.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. So it's your mom and your sister who are don't really like her? Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, like, apparently she, like, called me names when I was little, but, I mean, that was, like, 8 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And,
yeah.
like, I don't know. And my mom talks a lot.
Yeah.
She will be on the phone for, like, 5 hours
Wow.
with my uncle. And, like, she was talking to Jean, which is my brother's mom.
Yeah.
She was talking to Jean, and she was like, she hung up so they were like done talking, and they were talking for like an hour, and she was like she hung up the phone and all that, and they were done with the conversation, and she was like, that lady can talk, and I'm like, well, she's in Germany. There's not very many other people to talk to. And she's like, well, she's telling me about her, like, personal problems. And I'm like, maybe she needs someone to vent to. And I was like, you're just as bad, Mom. You talk a lot. And she's like...
You said that to her?
Yeah. And she's like, I do not. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And, she is like... My mom's very prejudice. She's like, my sister sees the good in everybody, like how I told you.
Yeah.
But she can't seem to find the good in Jean. Like,
oh wow.
Like that's all that she has to say about her. Like, not that, oh, that's nice of her to pay for all this stuff.
Yeah.
She just says she's bad. She's like, she'll manipulate what you say and like turn it into different words.
So it's kind of weird because it's like, I was just going to say a minute ago, you almost took on that role a little bit that your sister has, where you're like, but she's doing this for me, but she's, you looked at the good, even when you heard about the bad, and usually that's your sister, but now it's totally opposite, like you're doing that, but she's not. And so it was interesting for me to hear that a minute ago when you said that. I was like, wow, you really are seeing the good that she's trying to do for you. Even when you're listening, when you're sitting here listening to your sister and your mom say bad things, you're making your own conclusions. And I think that's really strong. I think that's extremely strong to do when you have two people who have mostly been in your life, most of your life, or your mom your whole life, and they're saying things like that. I think it's strong to make your own opinions and be able to dissect what you believe versus what they believe. So I'm impressed by that. I'm really impressed by that. And I'm glad that you are able to go into this objectively almost, if that makes sense. Go into this and be like, okay, I'm going to make my own decisions. And I'm going to judge her based on how she, acts around me, because that's what's important to you. So I like that. I think that's really cool. So you're really excited for this weekend. Yeah.
And she texted me, and I told my mom this. But she texted me, and she was like, your dad says that, which, I'm in a big argument with my dad right now, and we're like...
Your real dad?
Yeah.
Your biological dad.
And, so she was like, your dad said that you can't see AJ with me, which, for me, implies that I can only see AJ with him.
AJ's your brother's name?
Yeah.
Okay.
And, so that's what is implied to me, like what I think is implied to me. And so, I was like, well, my dad has no authority over me, like he doesn't have any custody of me, because instead of custody, he chose a DNA test. Mm-hmm. So, thanks, Dad. Love you too.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyways, and then I told my mom, and she's like, well, she doesn't need to be telling you that, but like, at the same time, I feel like I'd rather know that than being like blinded I'd rather know that instead of being like blinded by false like things that I don't know what's going on.
So it's kind of like, it's like a warning that you're going to you know, have in the back of your mind, but you're not going to actually like act on it necessarily unless it actually comes out, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or not necessarily even if it comes out, but at least you'll know in the back of your mind that maybe this could be true, but I'm going to make my own judgments too, and just go off that. I think that's perfectly fine. I think that it's not the worst thing in the world to like listen to negative things or listen to what they're saying. I think it's I think it would be bad if you went up and just was mean to her like right off the bat or mean because of that. But you're not like that at all, and yet no, you're not. And I think it's gonna go really well this weekend. I think you're gonna have a good time, and I think regardless of all this stuff going on, I think it's gonna be worthwhile for you and a good opportunity, and you're gonna get a lot of time with him. When's the last time you talked to him?
3 years ago.
Oh yeah. So he's gonna be really surprised.
Yeah, like I texted her. Like, I didn't even know it was supposed to be a surprise until yesterday. Yeah. And I'm so glad that I hadn't, like, messaged him, like, hey, I'm excited to see you.
Yeah.
But, she was like, I was like, tell AJ that I miss and love him. And she's like, oh, it's a surprise, so you can't know. And I was like, oh! Like, that just makes me even more excited.
Yeah. Were you guys pretty close when he was here?
Yeah, when like we visited my dad's house, he like we used to play video games together and all that stuff and like watch movies. Like, yeah, he was annoying, but we still love each other, I guess.
Yeah, a couple years younger than you, so 3 years ago you would have been 11-ish and he would have been 9.
Yeah.
So he's growing up. You both are growing up. It's going to be fun. I'm excited for you. I'm so excited you get this fun weekend. You're getting all these good weekends all around.
Yeah.
So I'm glad.
Yeah, I went horse riding last weekend.
You did? Oh, I'm so jealous.
It was my birthday present.
Yeah.
And, like, it's like, I love horse riding.
Oh, yeah.
That's my favorite pastime.
Yep.
And, it was like my birthday present from my mom. Mm-hmm. And so my mom like scheduled all this out and stuff. And
yeah, so it was a good time. You had a good weekend. That's right. That is so exciting though. I'm glad you got a good birthday present. Had a good birthday and everything for me.
Oh, okay, before we study for my test.
Oh.
So I always talk to you about like what stresses me out and stuff.
No, go for it.
I never tell you things that like calm me.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I guess I'm
not really like I'm looking at pictures that like I took from the card.
Yeah.
Okay, so I go to my Grandpa Ward's house sometimes because he's like very old and we don't know how long he has.
Yeah.
But I also have pictures from horse riding.
Yeah, okay.
Like,
I'm so in.
Selfies and stuff. Okay, so.
Yeah, take your time.
So, my phone's very slow.
It's okay. So obviously horseback riding calms you down. Like, that's a big one.
Yeah.
That just takes away all the stress, I'm sure.
Okay.
Oh, what's her name? Or his name?
His name was Houston. That was Houston.
Oh.
And I went bareback riding on him.
Yeah. Like one time I went bareback riding, I had to dismount really fast because I was falling off. So I did an emergency dismount. I did really good at that, but I couldn't. I was not good at it.
So they gave me him because he's like a pillow. Like he's like he's not really chubby, but he's like.
He's got muscle and
and so he has a lot of fluff.
Oh, he's so pretty.
And it's cool because he has like a tiny line of like brown on his back, and it goes straight down his spine. And his breed of horse usually has that.
What's his breed? I don't know. I always think thoroughbred. I just go with that. That's like my go-to. He's so pretty.
And I rode 2 horses to see how big he is.
He's huge. Oh my.
And so that was Houston, and I rode 2 horses, but I rode him for bareback, and then that was Shiloh, and I rode her for saddle.
Oh, nice. Do you always ride Western, or do you ever ride English?
I ride Western, but with English steers.
Oh, okay. That's really cool. I know they need to mix it a little bit.
Yeah, but they had me ride Western all the way, and so I was so not used to it. Like, basically, you had to like hold it.
Yeah.
You had to put a cowboy knot in it, and then you had to hold the bottom of the cowboy knot, and then you had to hold the top of the cowboy knot, and like and you could only steer with one hand.
Yep. I've done that a few times. It's hard.
I
don't
hate
like
that.
it. Yeah, I don't like it either. Oh, that looks like such a good time though. I'm so happy you got to do that.
Yeah, that's Shiloh.
She's so pretty. So cute.
And then that was when I was riding. I really like that picture.
Yeah, I like it too. That's cool. Have a fun weekend.
Okay, and then like I said, this is my Grandpa Ward's garden.
Mm-hmm.
And like they've had this house forever.
Yeah.
Like he and his wife built it when they were like 30, and it's still standing.
Wow.
And like he's like 92,
That's crazy.
92 I think, 97, something like that.
Yeah.
And like it even still has that old paint that they used to have, and it has like it's just on the ceiling though, and it's white but with sparkles on it, and it looks so cool.
Yeah,
and
that's so cool. I like that.
there's a whole bunch of like my great grandma Ward. They're my great grandpa and grandpa, but I still call them grandma and grandpa.
Yeah.
But so this is from their garden, and she's not there anymore. But these are like these are organ berries.
Ooh,
and
never heard of this.
You can still eat them.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And they have them all over the yard. Those are still organ berries.
Oh wow, they're really pretty.
But they're not ripe yet in this picture. They'll turn like a blueberry color.
Yeah.
And those are flowers.
So is this kind of something that calms you, is to go over there and kind of hang out in the garden? Or?
Yeah, but we only go there so often because it's in like Tacoma somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Or by Tacoma, something like that.
That's pretty. Is that their drive?
Yeah, that's their driveway, and then that's the walkway, and then the door's right here.
So pretty.
And then there's like a garden up here, and then in the backyard is huge. And
The rabbits? I thought you said the rabbits.
No, the backyard is huge.
Wow.
But
beautiful.
this is like the driveway.
Yeah.
And then this is like I pointed because they have like a forest in their front yard, and so like this is when I was in the like forest type thing.
Yeah.
And I was looking up and took a picture.
Yeah.
And then those are more rose bushes.
Wow.
And that's like in front of the forest.
Gosh, that must have been a really good time to be there. It looks beautiful. It's spring, it's coming on summer, and all the flowers are in bloom, and the nice pretty bushes, and that sounds really cool. I like that.
And then she has like a lot of like collections and stuff, so she left them outside.
Yeah.
And like so they're like rocks and things she just found on the beach or some cool things.
Those are really cool.
And that's like a rock too.
Yeah.
And then that's like her whole like collection. And then I really like that rock. I think it's cool because I look at it every time I come.
Yeah. Is it? Did she paint it, or is it just?
I don't know. I just saw it. Like she was young when she passed, so I was young when she passed.
Yeah.
So I didn't really know anything about her. More flowers, and then
gorgeous.
That's like the bushes literally like curve up, so it's like an arch.
Yeah.
And you go through that. This is so right there is the front yard facing, and I'm in the backyard facing the front yard.
Yeah.
And then that's like a flower from that bush.
Oh yeah. That's really cool. I like that. So what would you say is the best way to calm you down? Like the best way that you have?
I usually read books.
Yeah? Yeah, so you're reading Insurgent. Is that really good?
Yeah.
I like the Divergent series. I haven't started it yet, but I watched the movie and it's really good. So, I mean, it didn't match, of course, but I want to read the books now really bad.
Yeah, they're really good.
Is that the second or the third one?
That's the second one, but I've read the series like 4 times.
Oh, really?
So
you really like it.
yeah.
So that's cool. I like that you read books. I think that's a great way to calm down.
These flowers are really small, like those little, like if you see the little blue flowers, you can see like the shape of them.
Yeah, they're like little starfish stars.
Yeah, they're really tiny.
They're really pretty. Wow.
And then that's some closer up.
Yeah, that's really gorgeous.
And then those are like really small,
Mm-hmm.
like they're like little yellow ones.
Mm-hmm. You like taking pictures. You like taking a lot of pictures of this garden. It seems like it's really pretty.
Yeah, and then this is well, I'll show you, but this is like a little dwarf that I thought was cool because it's been there for like ever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and there's more blue flowers, and then those are like my kind of like favorite kind of flowers. Cause
I've seen those before. I can never remember their name, but I've seen those plenty of times.
I think they're called like lilacs.
Yeah, I think so too, something like that.
And then that is okay, so right here are grapes.
Mm-hmm.
And so they hang down from the, I don't really know what it is, but it's like, basically it's like a tarp, except for it's not like it's the shape of a tarp, so where it's flat on top. I just can't think of what it's called. And so the vines have like looped through everywhere. Yeah. And then that's that dwarf that I just showed you is right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I see.
Yeah.
A little bit.
And then those are still grapes. And then those are more flowers.
So you spent a lot of time in the garden when they were there last. You spent a lot of time really looking at everything and that sort of thing. So that sounds like something you really like doing. It sounds like it looks like something you really like to do.
Yeah, it's really fun. Like, there's not much to do there, but look at the flowers and view and stuff.
Take some time out to just relax and like enjoy the world almost, rather than sit inside and watch TV or something like that. That's nice. I'm glad that that's something that you can do sometimes, even if it's not, all the time and it's few and far between. I'm so glad that it's something that de-stresses you, and you can be in a situation where it de-stresses you.
And this is like a fig tree, and it's super big. And then that's like the root, not the roots, but like the beginning of the tree. And then that's the whole fig tree right there. Just huge.
And I want to be a little mindful of our time because I know we don't have too much time, and I still want to make sure we work on goals and talk about kind of the home situation a little bit and see where you're at and check in with you. So is that something where you could show me the rest of these at another time? I don't want to take away too much of our session.
Mr. Gravel gives us like the test, like answers and stuff.
Which class is this?
History.
Sorry. Did you have that test this week?
No, it's today.
Oh, it's today. Oh, darn it. I thought it was going to be after it. So these are all the answers?
Yeah.
That's really cool. So why did he do that? Like why, does this happen on every test, or was this just this test? That's kind of cool. Because you talked about being kind of worried about being ready for the test because you told me you have ADD and it's kind of hard to study and you don't really want to take notes. So this is kind of cool. So what, you said that you don't necessarily always do really well in the history test. Sometimes it's not so well because it's hard to study. Is that still right? Did I get that right?
Yeah.
And so what makes it, like, since these are the answers, what makes it hard to get a good grade on the test if you already have these answers? What makes the test difficult still?
Well, I don't know. The last test it was fine.
Yeah.
But the last test we didn't have this, and so.
Oh, okay. So you're used to kind of relying on studying with this rather than by yourself, and that's why the last test maybe didn't go well because you didn't have this. Why didn't he give it out last time versus like this time?
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, honestly, I don't really know.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, I'm glad he's giving it to you now. So how confident do you feel about your test today?
I don't know because this is my first time studying.
Yeah.
Because I had an asthma attack yesterday because I ran the mile and I ran it, and so I had an asthma attack. And I was out for that whole class, so I didn't get to take notes. And these are my friend's notes.
Oh wow, okay. So that was nice of her to help you out a little bit. I'm glad. So you feel like, when is history class? What period is that?
Next period.
Next period, okay. So have you haven't gotten a chance to go over it that much?
Mm-mm.
Gotcha. So that'd be something I'd definitely take advantage of. And when did you get this morning?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So yeah, you really didn't have that much time to study. So that might be something, yeah, we could check some of these out.
And I stayed up till like 1 o'clock last night.
You did?
Because, I had to pack and I had to do the rest of my homework because I'm not going to be in school tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
I was like I said, we're going to Cheesecake Factory today, and
Yeah.
then we're going to drive up to Westport.
That's for tomorrow. I'm glad I pulled you out today then. I almost pulled you out tomorrow, so I'm glad. But, yeah, so you really have to get this kind of worked on and really want to get a good grade. Is that where you're at? Or how do you feel about, what grade you're going to get on it? Well, it's kind of nice. And does he let you use these during the test?
No.
Okay. I guess you already got some of it, so it's like, eh. So that'd be something I would read over here. Absolutely.
There's her writing is so small.
Really?
That it's hard to take a picture with this.
Mm-hmm. Are you allowed to use your phone during the test? No.
We're not allowed to use anything really.
Yeah, that makes sense. I guess it would be cheating, right?
And then, it'd be good for me.
Yeah, so that's something you can do. You can always read over these in here and just do a quick read over.
We still have like 14 more minutes.
So what's going to help you remember this stuff? What's the best way for you to remember what you read?
I guess I just read over it and over and over again.
Gotcha. Yeah, feel free. Tell me whenever you get through the first time.
I think good. I know most of these answers.
Yeah. So you feel pretty confident after reading it a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that might be something to do on the way to class too, when we'll let you out of here, read through it one more time before you enter the classroom, something like that, or even right when you sit down, just go through it one more time before the test.
Yeah, he lets us do that. He lets us look at it before we do the test.
So what made you absent yesterday? Like that you couldn't get these notes and everything, what made you absent?
Asthma attack.
That's right, asthma attack, you told me from PE. That's right. So it seems like sometimes when you're absent, that's when you miss the homework. And that's what, I mean, you told me that at last session, I think that a lot of times you're missing homework and you're getting it late because of being absent, because of some, stuff that's going on, whether you get sick or, your mom pulls you out for something, or you have obviously something to do, something fun like a band trip or something like that. So it seems like that's a lot of where you're missing out on homework too. And that kind of, it seems like it not only discourages you and makes you like, crap, I'm not going to be ready for this test, I'm going to get yelled at home, but also but also that it just can mess with your grades in general, just that it's kind of taken away from you keeping up on the work, and that can be extremely discouraging too. So, and obviously we can't fix those. If you're late, if you're going out for a band trip, if you're going out because you're sick, like, we're not going to fix those. If you have to be out, you have to be out. Like, that's important. And it's important for you to feel better and do the things you want to do, that sort of thing. So I'm trying to figure out another way that we could still get you homework and notes and that sort of thing maybe the same day you're absent, or an alternative to making sure that you're ready for these tests. Because I know sometimes that can really set you back and make it a more stressful home situation.
Well, I don't have any more missing assignments.
Oh, that's good.
And except for one, yeah. But I turned that in. I just don't know what he's doing with it.
Gotcha.
And so I have to retake, and then I have to retake a lot of these tests for Mr. Marks, my math teacher, and hopefully I can get that D+ raised. Because I have all A's and B's except for that D+.
Do you? That's huge, because you had a C in one of the classes, didn't you?
Yeah, it was science.
Yeah, so you got it up to a B? Yay, I'm so happy. Good. That's amazing. How did EJ feel about that?
He doesn't know.
No, he doesn't know?
Oh, because I'm too scared, because my D+ was a C for a little while, and then it turned back to a D.
Oh, okay. So you kind of want to wait till the end of the year to let it all sink in and just figure it and go from there. Because obviously he's going to find out then, but at least then you know you got your grades before you have to go tell him early and be like, oh, I'm going to be.
Yeah. I think if I get a C, I could get honor roll. And if I get honor roll, I get $100.
Yeah. Yeah. You can do it. You got this. You just got to make up this test, right?
Yeah.
That's the big thing. Making up tests. So when are you able to do that?
I'm doing it in lunch and after school.
Oh, good. So do you feel like that's something that you're going to be able to get done?
Yeah.
Yeah. So good. That's progress. That's something, that's going to get you, I bet you'll get up to a C with that and find out when's the last, how many more do you have to do?
For what test? 4.
4, okay. So you're going to get it done by when, if you can help it? Or if you had to choose and you think, or what you think when you'll be done?
Well, wait, what?
Sorry, I know it was a big question. When do you think you'll be done, doing all these tests? When is the next time you'll be completely done, you think?
Well, today's the last day to take tests like this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so, last day for math, at least.
Okay. So, do you think you're going to be able to get them all done today?
Yeah, because, so we have to meet them at the Cheesecake Factory at 6?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you staying after school to do them? Gotcha. So you're going to stay after school and finish them all. And you've already set that up?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. That's exciting. I'll be able to check in with you next week and you'll be all done catching up, and then we can figure out where you're at with, if the grade is raised, if it's not, go from there, that sort of thing. Good. So how's it been at home with EJ lately, this last week?
He's been nicer, I guess, but he hasn't checked my grades in a while, so...
So you think he's nicer because he hasn't seen your grades?
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, what's nicer been, what's that look like? What's that been like?
Well, the other day he bought me coffee.
Oh, okay.
And, I just found out that I can't